This is Stars and Scopes with your friend Uma, updated every new and full moon with guidance based on planetary transits in the current sky and extra support from tarot. For accuracy, take a look at your rising sign first if you know it, and do feel free to listen to your sun, moon and rising if you'd like the full picture. If you're interested in your birth chart, check out the readings page at umaruby.com. And if you'd like to support the work, head over to buymeacoffee.com/umaruby and you can buy me a coffee. Finally, if you're a visual learner, look up Uma Ruby Tarot on YouTube and you can watch and learn. Okay, let's take a look. Hello Aries and Aries rising. Welcome to your horoscope Welcome to your horoscope for the new moon in Virgo happening on August the 27th at 6:17 if you're in the southern hemisphere with me. Welcome Virgo to your new moon, your moment to ground and to draw in health, to think of the body for a moment. Well, I'm sure that you often do, but this time it's time to put your little naked feet into the mud and to sit and to remember the rituals that you've been operating in day to day. What has your daily life been looking like? What has your rhythm been so far? And how do you wish to maybe change that? If it's working for you, how do you wish to build that momentum? And what is your body crying out for? How can you focus in on your physical health? How can you be like a Virgo and heal? What do you need to give yourself? What are the vitamins and minerals that you're crying out for? What are the physical activities that you wish to re-engage with? Or if you're in a beautiful space of activation, as you may be because you're in Aries, right, then how do you wish to maintain that? What are your plans and feelings and your wishes for regularity and for going the distance? Might be a good thing to think about at this new moon, and to use the wonders of Mother Nature to work with you and to call that in and to make it happen. I'm sitting in a bit of a grotto here and my neck's very sore, and I don't know why I put the camera so high, but I wanted to sort of create some sort of like mossy, earthen, grounding, clay sort of vibe here today. When we think of Virgo, the Roman understanding or the Roman sort of nomenclature for, Virgo is virgin, right? But I think that as we journey on and as we sort of gain momentum in our consciousness, we can understand that the idea of a virgin, the concept of virgin, is an invention. It doesn't sort of exist. The idea of losing virginity is something that doesn't really need to be thought much of anymore. It's not a station of nobility in that way. I like to think about Virgo in terms of the hermit, in terms of the tarot. Card number 9 in the major arcana, the major secrets of the tarot, is the hermit. The hermit is someone who is drawn away for a time from society, from sociability, to sit with the lessons that they've accrued so far, to sit with the knowledge of the stars and work with it, to tease it out into something that they can grow from. The hermit holds the star card in their lantern. The hermit is guided by the light of the star. And as we know in the tarot, the star represents healing from another planet. The star is an alien come to Earth to show us the way and to help us and to guide us through. So when you think of Virgo, think of all of that rather than, Madonna. Or you can think about Madonna too. I love her, like a virgin. That's probably actually a really good, That's a good image to think about when you think of Virgo, like a virgin. Oh, I feel like a virgin, touched for the very first time, whatever. Up yours. Oh, bondage, up yours. Anyway, so let's talk about the sky for a minute, but I want to spend some nice languid time with the tarot tonight in that sort of earthy tradition, that sort of, conjuring sort of space. We'll have some nice intuitive tarot and we can sort of read into that. But the cards for the sky are as follows. So the sun and the moon are in conjunction in Virgo, forming that beautiful new moon for us to wish upon at 4 degrees of Virgo, which is the 8 of Pentacles. And so this card talks all about ritual, all about regularity, all about commitment in some way, commitment to task, commitment to the processes of what we need to go through in order to become a master in some way. So if you can relate this card to your physical body, and you can relate this to your daily rhythms, your work life as well, that sort of space of grace that we can sometimes find in repetition. A good way to think about the 6th house is thinking about it in terms of, chopping the wood is sacred. Gathering the water is sacred. Before enlightenment. After enlightenment, chopping the wood is sacred. Gathering the water is sacred. We are no different. We don't sort of zoom out and sort of become gods among people, do we? We're still people. That's our purpose here in this physical body, in this 6th house vessel. This is what this new moon is all about. It's about the right here, the right now. I want to get your little naked feet out and rub them in the dirt, in the clay. Ground yourself, plant your roots at this new moon, Aries. Remember that you're here and that you are welcome and that you can grow from here once you're a little bit grounded. Now, the other aspect in the sky that we can probably talk about is Mars. You know Mars very well. Mars is your saving grace, your guiding force. Mars has left Taurus and has just entered Gemini and will be in Gemini for about 7 months, which is unusual. It's not usually such a long stay in any sign, but there's a retrograde for Mars happening in Gemini this time around. And by the time that they retrograde and then start to, from our perception, move forward again, it will be all happening, all playing out in Gemini for 7 months. For you, Aries, Gemini is your 3rd house of communication and the way that you absorb and process and translate information. So this might be the catalyst, the beginning point for some truth from your perspective to come out in your sign, in your way, in your Mars warrior, fire starter, direct leader kind of way. It might be a period that you, over this next 7 months, where you gain momentum, you gain confidence in what it is that you're trying to say, trying to put forward. That could be a really beautiful way to look at this. This could be the start of you claiming and owning your power. The start is always the tricky bit, isn't it? So 4 degrees of Gemini is the 8 of Swords. Can you see that figure there? They're bound, they're blindfolded, they're seemingly surrounded by a cage of swords. Too many swords, too many thoughts, anxiety, entrapment. That's the perception. But if you notice, they're on their own 2 feet. And that is not a cage of swords, that's a U shape. That's an arc of swords. There's a way out. They're on a boggy marsh, maybe some emotional stickiness there, but if they only leant over and cut themselves free on one of those swords, they could roll with it. So this is our starting point for your fire communication, all right? So if there's something that you feel oppressed by, or there's something that you feel that you can't quite articulate just yet, understand that that's okay, and that's fine. This is the beginning of a 7-month process. Maybe the 3rd house can also talk about our brothers and sisters in our siblings, our sort of village. So if there's something that's not quite sticking, or there's something that just doesn't wash with you anymore, Aries, that you need to get out, and put forward and say it, then this is going to be the beginning process of that. The sun and the moon are squaring that off at the moment. So they're sort of putting that to, not just putting to a halt, not silencing it, but let's focus in on the moon energy for this moment. Let's work with this square in terms of the moon and the sun are kind of protecting us from Mars at the moment. They're sort of letting Mars sit in their space and understanding and knowing that there's a lot to say and a lot to get out, but all in good time. So if we can get our physical vessel back to tip-top shape, if we can recreate those rhythms, or celebrate ourselves for the rhythms that we have, I think that it's not uncommon for an Aries to be very embodied. So go with that confidence, go with that intuition that you have, that you know what's good for your body too, and you know what to reject and what does not serve it anymore. And if you can harness this Eight of Pentacles energy, then start that habit now, start that rhythm. You know, a habit takes 21 days to get you hooked. 21 days to kick, 21 days to get you hooked. So what are you going to make your new habit, Aries? What rhythms can you fall into at this time, at this new moon, at this Virgo body, grotto, earthy, rooty, muddy space? I banged on about the astrology too much, I'm sorry, Aries, but let's get you some intuitive tarot. We'll see what comes out here at the end. What messages do you have for Aries, please, Spirit? I need 3 cards. Oh, 5 of Pentacles. 2 more, please, Spirit. The Hierophant. All right, I got 2, but we're going to take them. The 9 of Swords and the Hermit that we were just talking about, Aries. You're supported. That's what I see. You are surrounded right now, Aries. They got you on both sides. You've got 2 major secrets there, wrapping you up, to keeping you safe, taking care of you. The Hermit, as we know, is the wise one. The Hierophant is also the wise one. The Hierophant is the one that you can go to for direct guidance. The Hermit might be something that you find inside of yourself. The Hermit doesn't give so much away. The Hermit can guide with the light of the star, and the Hermit will sit you down and give you what you need and feed you and take care of you. And you can find that in yourself. You can also find the Hierophant in yourself too. This might be the beginning of this Mars 3rd house activation. Maybe the Hierophant, this wise soothsayer, this keeper of wisdom, this one that has the lessons, the cosmic lessons. Maybe this is you as well. When we think about the major arcanas, we always can find them in the nooks and crannies of our own psyche, you know? So these 2 energies universally are protecting you through this. I understand that you might be feeling left out in the cold. You might be feeling incredibly anxious at this time, Aries. There might be a worry of loss or a regret of loss. There might be full, big, up at night, cold sweats for you at this time. And I think that what Spirit really wants you to know right here, right now, is that you are so protected by wisdom and you are doing the right thing. And this starting point, this Mars in Gemini, this starting point, this cat got your tongue kind of moment, maybe is what it is. Over the next 7 months, that's going to gain momentum and you're going to start to feel justified and in your right place to say what it is that you need to say and to express yourself in the ways that you need to. Right now, Let's get you back into some sense, some rhythm of physical health. And let's get you to ritualize the day. I want you to wake up. I want you to brush your teeth. I want you to have a shower. I want you to have a lovely breakfast. I want you to get some sun on your face and some mud on your feet. And from here, we can begin again. We can start this new cycle, this new Mars in Gemini, this new fire to your expression and the way that you're translating information, because you've got a lot to say and it's going to start growing and building over these next 7 months. So Hermit energy, Hierophant energy, you are protected and you're being guided on your journey. I like that one. I like that one a lot. I love you heaps, Aries. Always have, always will. I want you to take care of yourself. I want you to eat as much as you can, as much as you feel that you need to at this time. And I want you to start making some plans. And I want you to start feeling welcome here on this planet, in this body. If you want your birth chart read, you can always head to umaruby.com. If you wanted to talk about tarot or about astrology or anything like that, if there's some lessons that you might want to start to absorb, then please send me a message and we can talk about it. Because this knowledge is available to all of us. And it's just a matter of what channel is open for you to receive it. Okay, I'm going to speak to you in 2 weeks for the full moon in Pisces, which will be a beautiful moment of unconscious release for you, Aries. All of your dreams, all of your access to past lives, all of that liminal astral energy you can let go of and you can swim like the fishies. Until then, I love you again and I'll speak to you soon. Bye, Aries.